بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما أبرئ نفسي إن النفس لعمارة بالسوء إلا ما رحم ربي آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. First of all, we thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for gracing us with this great and wonderful moment, wonderful opportunity. Today being a very important day, a very great day in the eye of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and of course to all the believing men and women who went through self-purification within a period of 29 or 30 days. Therefore, I first begin by congratulating each and every one of you for granting the opportunity by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fast throughout this month. We ask Almighty Allah to accept our fast in this holy month of Ramadan, inshallah. Where we made mistakes during the course of this month, Ya Allah, we ask you, we are your slaves, we are your servants. We are weak, amend those mistakes on our behalf, inshallah. My first khutbah, very briefly, of today, I want to touch a little bit on the two types of Eid, which are all positive, but I will emphasize on one of the two which is more important and more significant in the eye of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and have a lot of riwayat and traditions from Al-Bayt on that particular one, which each and every one of us is expected today to celebrate that Eid, or in that fashion or in that manner. No doubt Almighty Allah showered us with a lot of abundance of His mercy and rahmah in the holy month of Ramadan. Therefore, we begin by looking at this word Eid briefly. Scholars came forward with a lot of interpretations and commentaries when it comes to the meaning of the word Eid. There are four important meanings that scholars emphasize on. The first one, when we talk of Eid, Eid means something that returns, it recurs, now and then it comes and goes. You are there, it comes, you are alive, you celebrate it, it goes. That's literally the meaning of the word Eid. But that's not all that important to us. What is important to us is this third and fourth and the fifth one. Whereby, when we talk of Eid, it is the recurring of the mercy of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That every year in the month of Ramadan, on the night of Qadr, the mercy of Allah comes in number. The angels come down in number. Salam, 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 peace. So when we talk of Eid, we are told that on the day of Eid, it will be a platform where Almighty Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala will reward each and every one of us who kept night vigil in the month of Ramadan, especially on those nights of Qadr. May Allah list our names among the inshallah. The second meaning of Eid is the returning of the mercy of people towards one another. Whereby on a day like this, I have to show mercy unto you, and you have to show mercy unto me. If I have any grudge against you, I should open my heart for you, and you should open your heart for me. If I've ever slandered you, I've ever backbited you, and I come to you, you should be able to find a place in your heart to forgive me. So therefore, the second meaning of Eid is that on that day, we show a lot of mercy to one another. Therefore, Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, it is reported one day on Eid day, Imam, before they went for namaz Eid, he called all those working in his house, and he asked them a question. If I've ever wronged you, I want you to forgive me. This is our beloved Imam. If I've ever wronged you, I want you to forgive me, because I don't want to go to my Eid namaz while I'm having some problems. Then they looked at Imam and they started crying, and they said to Imam, Wallah, Imam, maybe we wronged you, not you wronged us. Then Imam said, I want to give you your Eid reward and gifts. Guess what was the Eid reward and gift from Imam? Imam said, from today onwards, you are not slaves in this house. You are like the daughters and the sons They said this person is a man of integrity, is a man of honor. So therefore they said on this day, based on this meaning, we are all honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all elevated to the next level by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a day that resembles the day of Qiyamah, where Allah's abundant mercy will count his true slaves and his true servants. And last but not least, the meaning of Eid, which ulama mentioned in their books, is that he said it is a day when one realizes a spiritual improvement. Isn't it when a new year comes, everybody makes his resolution? There is no better day and no better moment for me and you who fasted in the month of Ramadan, a lot of iftars, a lot of programs, to decide on a day like this to elevate yourself to the next level. Don't destroy your amal of Ramadan today, because we are capable of doing that. Therefore, the verse I quoted is from chapter Yusuf 53. Allah Ta'ala is talking about nafsul ammara to bisu. Yusuf, you know what happened between Yusuf and Zulaykha? وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ. Scholars, when they explain, they say, look, we have two types of Eid. We have a true Eid, or deeper Eid, or profound Eid, and apparent and surfaced Eid. They say the Eid is not to celebrate free from hunger. Eid is not to celebrate free from thirst. Eid is not to celebrate free from the pain of fasting. Eid is not to celebrate wearing new clothes. Eid is not to celebrate wishing each other's well. So all the other type of Eid, which is the apparent meaning of Eid completely. The true essence of Eid is that the day of Eid is the day of Tawbah. It's the day of repentance. It is a day of going wholeheartedly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore we are told true Eid is that Eid when one celebrates, he or she is conscious and engrossed in asking Allah, pleading Allah, subjecting oneself to a state of subordination, talking to Allah, Ya Allah, I witness the whole month of Ramadan. If forever there is any other sin on my shoulder, Ya Allah, do not let this particular day pass without me being forgiven by you, Allah. So therefore, Al-Eid al-Hakiki, true Eid and a real Eid, is that as we celebrate, as we greet one another, as we sit around the table and eat, we should also be cognizant of the fact that there is a great deal of need of the forgiveness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because see, insan is living nafsul ammara. Allah said, Inna nafsul ammara to bisu. Indeed, insan is overwhelmingly commanded by his nafs to commit sin and commit wrong. Today you will see nafsul ammara. As you go out, you will see nafsul ammara. Nafsul ammara will make sure you become lazy today. Nafsul ammara will make sure you don't see the light of the mosque anymore. Nafsul ammara will make sure you don't fast anymore. This is nafsul ammara. I want each and every one of you to be alert and be careful. Watch yourself today. You are all watched and graced by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't dent yourself into a pit which is not desirable by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nafsul ammara will take you away. Wallah, today, nafsul ammara will put laziness in you. Nafsul ammara will make you to start sleeping a lot from today. Everybody watch yourself. Therefore, true Eid is that Eid where one is conscious of a step after the month of Ramadan. As I said, Ramadan is just a lab. Allah put you in a lab with all the apparatus in that lab. You going up and down. What every day that you have not wronged Allah, that day is Eid for you. That is true Eid. Watch your tongue, watch your ears. You were not listening to music, continue with that. You were coming to the mosque, continue with that. These are the successful ones. Allah is all watching, Allah is all seeing. Who were hypocrites in Ramadan and who were true sincere slaves of Almighty Allah in the month of Ramadan. We ask Allah Ta'ala to forgive us, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Briefly, in my second sermon of today, I want to touch a little bit of some current affairs that indeed affected the Muslim Ummah. As you all know, brothers and sisters, as we are busy fasting in this holy month of Ramadan, there were a lot of Muslims across the globe who were attacked, oppressed, and denied their rights. So therefore, the first thing I want to touch on very, very briefly is to sensitize myself and you beloved brothers and sisters of our duty towards humanity and towards mankind. No doubt many people come forward and ask questions. Why are we worried about Palestine? Why are we worried about Pakistan? Why are we worried about Syria? When we are all living in our comfort zones without any difficulties and pain. Especially when it comes to the question of Palestine. There are many people who came forward and said, why Imam Al-Khomeini Qudqaddasallahu nafsahu Zakiyya was so concerned about the plight of the Palestine. When number one, Palestinians are predominantly Shafi'i and you are Ja'fari. What is the link between you and them? We said, of course, if you ask this question, then you do not understand the essence of life and the essence of creation completely. We are told by our beloved prophets, in numerous teachings of our beloved, that whenever a person says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, that person has to be looked after. He has to be protected and he has to be handled. So when there is someone in Gaza or West Bank or in Palestine who claim Allah is one, Rasul is the messenger of Allah, when his right is being violated, you cannot fold your arms and say, I am in my comfort zone. We are duty bound because of two reasons. Number one reason, because of humanitarian reason. Islam taught us, when one human being is afflicted, other human beings cannot fold their arms and sleep peacefully. Well, if you sleep peacefully, then there's something wrong with you. Just common, pure humanitarian level. You cannot sleep, whether Mu'mineen said, "Oh my beloved two sons, be supporters and assistants to those who are oppressed, and show and declare your enmity against those oppressors." So therefore, from the humanitarian point of view, me and you have duties towards Palestine. So we should not fold our arms and sit for nothing. We do that, then we don't understand what Allah taught us and what Rasulullah taught us. Second level, as religious people, we have a duty. Christians, Muslims, Jewish, we all have duty towards the plight of Palestine. Why? Christians, Jesus was born in that land. So therefore they have a role to play. Yes, Muslims say Jesus is also our prophet. Jewish, Musa alayhi salam led his people in that land. So therefore we have a role to play. Three, our beloved prophet, when Allah was taking him to the seventh heaven, he has to pass there and lead Anbiya namaz before he left. Ibrahim had to visit that place. So therefore it is a holy place that we should really be worried about. Yes, of course, when Samarra or Karbala or any of our places was attacked, we did not hear from any other alim except the Shia scholars. But don't forget, we are in the school of thought of Imam Jafar Sadiq, salawatullahi wa salam. Imam emphasized on the question of unity among the Muslims. So therefore we all have duties and role to play towards the plight of Palestine. Give money, give clothes, give medicine. If you have nothing, make dua for them. Once you make dua, then Allah will accept you. Last but not least, as you can see in the past years, the world faced a lot of challenges. Even locally here, we faced a lot of challenges. Attack today, attack tomorrow. What I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, as citizens of this country, continue to be a patriotic citizen of this country. Pray for Allah to bring peace in this country. And go against anyone who will tell you whatever is happening in Africa today, it is as a result of belief in Islam. Go out full force and tell people Islam is far away from this. Our religion taught us we must live side by side with whoever is with us, irrespective of their religious affiliation and denomination. So therefore we go into this country where each and every one of us is living, and you are making your life here. Make dua for the peace of this country. Make dua for Allah to strengthen the leadership of the country, for Allah to give them wisdom, for them to be able to lead the country. No use you stand, you complain. The best thing for you to do is to make dua, because you are taught hubbul watanu min al-iman. Two types of meaning. Some say the watan means your soul, because that is the inner one. But the other meaning said your country, your city, where you are making your livelihood. To love that place is part and parcel of iman. Therefore we are calling for unity between the Shias and the Sunnis, between the Christians and all religious denominations. Once we are united, we become one strong force. But if we are divided, the enemies will come and penetrate, and they will all destroy us. Let us raise up our hand and make dua, inshallah. We ask Allah Ta'ala to accept our fast. Ya Allah, today is the day of Eid. We tried our level best according to your command and teachings in the month of Ramadan. But we know for sure we did not do it that properly 100%. There were days and nights where we did not do it properly. But we know your mercy is among us. Allah, we ask you through your mercy, amend those mistakes on our behalf. Allah, we ask you subhanahu wa ta'ala, this country of Kenya, may Allah let us live in peace and tranquility and harmony. Whoever wants to sabotage the unity of this country and the peace of this country, we ask Allah ta'ala to frustrate the plan of that person. All African continent, may Allah ta'ala seat us in peace and tranquility and harmony. Our brothers and sisters who are under oppression in any other part of the world, we ask Allah ta'ala to send peace to them, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inna narghabu ilayka fi dawlatin karima tu'izzu biha al-islam wa ahla wa tudillu biha an-nifaq wa ahla wa taj'aluna fiha min ad-du'ati ila ta'atik والقادة إلى سبيله وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. صلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.